Oh yeah, we got a really exciting video for everybody today because we are doing another trailer flip just like our last video. You're gonna see this thing go from this all the way to this. So if you wanna know what it's like to take a trailer off Marketplace that we got for $500 and turn it into something that's worth $2,500, well, this video is gonna be for you. First, we got a lot of things to get done, so let's take a look at the parts list. Well, we have got a huge group of parts here. So before we jump into all of this exciting stuff, the first thing we need to do is we need to cut all of the wiring, all the things that are going on with this trailer and strip it down as much as we possibly can and get this thing a bath because it is filthy. Not only is it going to keep us a little bit cleaner whenever we're working on it, but it's also going to be the first step in this transformation. Let's do it. First thing is we got to move this 6,000 pound ramp off of here, clean off all the dirt, wet it down. Deck cleaner I used is in the description. I desperately need a new sprayer. That's what I just learned, but we're going to let that sit for 5 or 10 minutes while we go hook up this pressure washer. By then, should be ready to go. Now, I wish I could tell you that this is one of those super satisfying like pressure washing videos that we've all seen where the thing completely transforms just by the power of this magical wand and water, but that was far from the case on this project. I pressure washed until I couldn't anymore. Now that we have this thing pressure washed to a decent quality, we're gonna jump into the wiring. The goal for today is to get everything off of this trailer. That's the lights, the winch, and all of the previous wiring and switches and stuff. That way we have a nice clean slate to start over with. I think we got this thing ready to take off here after snapping that bolt right off. There you have it. An old, useless, broken 3,500 pound winch. Boy, are we gonna be upgrading this thing. Oh, hey, I almost didn't see you guys over there. Let's get all this wiring cut out of here. All right, we got all this junk pulled off of our trailer and all of the electrical is completely stripped from it. Now that we've got all of that junk pulled off of the trailer, wiring stripped down, it's time to go ahead and pull all of these wheels and tires off. Every single one of them has got to go. They are completely rounded off and bald, and these old wheels, I just don't even know what to do with them. From what I've been told, the wheels that are like this style most commonly came on like mobile homes. And so to find a tire size that fit this was a nightmare. Let's get these welded chains cut off of here, and that should wrap up our stripping this thing down phase. Well, here we are at the end of day one. Spent about 2 hours this afternoon to get it to this point. So basically, we have pressure washed it. We have completely stripped down the frame, got rid of all of the wiring, and now we've got the wheels and tires all loaded up in the truck to go get dropped off at a tire place. We'll have some new tires swapped onto those same wheels and we'll get them all painted up when we get them back. All right, we officially have 4 brand new tires installed on these wheels and I could not be more excited. Except for the price, I spent $572 to get those things mounted, which was a lot more than I was expecting. So we'll see where we land on the whole profit after this thing sells or lack thereof profit. That's besides the point. We have a lot of things to get done on this trailer today so that we can keep this thing moving along. The hope is to get a jack installed on the front of this thing so it doesn't have to sit on my floor jack and sit on its face. Let's go to the front of the trailer. Now there are multiple holes on this thing for this trailer jack to go into, and I've never seen anything like it, but we're gonna put this on the bottom, this on the top, bolt it all together and see if that's right. Let's open our brand new box of hardware from the one and only Amazon. All of the products I use throughout the video are going to be linked in the description if you're wondering how cheap can I do these projects. All right, we've got some beautiful new hardware here. We got a spring washer, normal washer. Let's bolt this thing down. Oh no, one of those holes didn't line up, but that's not going to be a problem because I'm the smartest man on the planet. Let's drill another hole in this thing, get it all mounted up. Well, would you look at that? Trailer jack, good to go. In the spirit of putting parts on this trailer and less boxes in my life, we got our next item here. So this is a 12-volt car battery universal kit thing on Amazon. $30-something listed in the link below. Let's put this thing together and see if we can get it bolted on. I've got some good news and some bad news here. The good news is there's not many pieces to this. The bad news is it came with 0 instructions. So if you're looking for a how-to video, here you go, buried in this clip. All right, now we're gonna mount this up on the trailer, use these as a template to sort of drill our holes and tighten everything up, and then boom, there you have it. So if the winch is gonna mount on the front of the trailer frame, right here up against the floor, then that means the battery needs to be nice and close by. So we're gonna mount it right here on this cross member and try and keep it nice and low. Put our stencil up on here, start drilling some holes. All right, it's starting to look real nice. We're gonna throw in these bottom 2 bolts, but before we do, just wanted to drop in here to let you guys know that we are throwing some red Loctite on these because trailers vibrate, oh my goodness. So in order to prevent those things from rattling loose over time, we threw some of that on there. We've got all 4 bolts run through it. Let's give it a test fit. Now, one truth of life that I absolutely despise is that hindsight is always 20/20. And if I were to do this again, I would definitely make sure I knew exactly how much space the winch occupied before I went and mounted the battery on the front of this. So let's unbox this thing, fit it all up, see if it's gonna work. All right, moment of truth time, will it fit? Oh, it's gonna be perfect. Wow, look at that. I got lucky. Even a blind squirrel finds a nut every now and then. After plenty of time sitting and pondering and fitting things around, I think I have a plan. So we're gonna mount this as high as we possibly can up on this frame rail and then see where it lands. I have no idea what I'm doing, but we're gonna try. Now that we've got that winch plate mounted up, I'm not gonna install the whole thing because we obviously need to paint this trailer and I'm not gonna do it with a brand new winch sitting on the front of it. So let's pause this project. We got it all mounted up, got our holes pre-drilled where we need them. Let's take it all apart and let's slap some paint on this thing. Now things are gonna start changing. Now in the past, every single time I painted a trailer, I have rolled it on, and in the effort to try and save a little bit of time, I went to Harbor Freight and I picked up an Avanti airless sprayer. Now the reason I know this is like for decks and furniture and things like that mostly, but I figured, for one, I don't want to pack around an air compressor with me, but 2, I think this would be simpler because I have no idea what I'm doing. So we're gonna mix up some paint, try and thin it to the appropriate viscosity or whatever that fancy word is, and get that thing slapped on here. May go great, may go horrible. Time will tell. Now, I'm definitely not too proud to say that that process was an absolute disaster. I mean, it was like the Exxon Valdez oil spill happened all over again. I don't really know how to fix this, so leave it in the comments. I guess I need a separate can to mix it in because my problem was I'm adding paint thinner to an already full, brand new gallon of paint, and trying to mix that in, it's just floating on the surface and it created this whole mess. And I guess I needed a separate container to mix it and then put it in here. So as far as the time saving part of this project, I would say that it is failed this mission, but in the future, maybe that will change. Let's jump in, start spraying things and see what happens. So in the first few seconds here, I am clearly not really knowing what we're doing. And by the end of this, I still don't feel like I know what I was doing. I was turning knobs, twisting things, trying to figure out thickness. And thinner is better than thicker because I can always just take longer. So that's sort of the method that I used as I went around the trailer, was just making sure that it was as thin as possible. And if I needed just to spend more time going over and over and over and over it, I did that. All things considered though, I can definitely see why this would save time. Oh my gosh, this thing's turning out so good, but before I bask in the glory of this paint job, let me grab this 4-pin connector, new wiring for this trailer. We got new brake lights / tail lights, new marker lights. Let's throw these things on, start wiring it all up. Do you guys remember the great oil spill of paint that just happened? Well, during that time lapse, you may have seen a little bit of panic arise on my face, and that's because I had just realized that all of it had pooled underneath of the trailer and I was laying in it while working on the wiring. Now all my stuff is destroyed. Why do I do this? Let's laugh that off and get going on the other side now. We've come to our first marking light position. Drill the hole. We're gonna fish the wires through it like so. And now I'm gonna use this to drill some little pilot holes, because those little pathetic screws that come with these kits like this definitely will not go through really thick steel like this. Welcome to underneath of the trailer. Now we got all of our wiring tools out. So first thing we're gonna do is, the light is right here. We're gonna clip it right behind it. Now we gotta strip these wires, make them exposed. Last little box to finish up the wiring here is going to be a 4-pin connector that's like just sort of pre-loomed here. On the last trailer build I did, I tried to put plastic conduit around what came with the kit. And even though it made it look better and it's gonna probably protect it longer, this, if it's, you know, $8, linked in the description below, I mean, that's about the best $8 that you could spend. It's gonna last way longer, be way cleaner, worth every penny. Let's throw this on here. All right, let's take a look at what's going on here. I think we finished up all of the wiring. So we've got this bad boy plugged in, got all of our wires connected here with the ground. We'll clean up all the shavings here in a little bit. Going around the trailer, we've got our side marker lights. I saved this just for you guys, don't you worry. Ooh, oh wow, that was supposed to be satisfying, but it wasn't. Ooh, fresh. Then coming back to the back of the trailer, we've got our taillights all wired up as well. Clean up the wiring, but for now, feast your eyes. Now, we have our wiring finished up. We have the paint slapped on here, and I don't know why this is my favorite part of builds, but it is. Let's throw safety chains, because we care about safety on this thing. Before I call it on day number 2, let's throw these wheels on here and get this thing sitting and get a final look at it for now, before we finish. We've got paint on this frame. We've got these fresh chains, got the wheels on. That only leaves us one thing left to do. Actually, a lot of things left to do. But the next thing to do is put this winch on the front of this frame. Let's get this whole thing mounted up before we address the floor next. It's like this project is never gonna get done. I do not have the correct size hardware to mount that winch, because apparently whatever I'm doing here is not how the manufacturer intended it, and the bolt's not long enough. So I'm gonna run to the hardware store. But in the meantime, let's wire some things up. Now, I cannot read worth a darn, so pictures like this are gonna be really helpful for people who have no idea what they're doing, like me. Now, I just really want to blow your all's mind, because they were really thinking whenever they did this for people like me. Blue wire goes to the blue thing. Yellow wire goes to the yellow colored thing. Then you come down to your box, and the yellow goes to the yellow thing, and the blue goes to the blue thing, and the red goes to the, you guessed it, the red thing, and then the black goes to the black thing. I mean, the only way you can mess this up is if you were colorblind. The only thing left to do with that winch is clean up all the wiring. I'm gonna wait until I actually get it mounted to do it. So we need to address this giant hole in the floor. And I was thinking to myself, what's the easiest way to get out the board that's rotted out? Well, you guys may love it or you may hate it, but let's jump in. Now look, if you're mad about that method, I'm sorry, but that took 20 seconds. So, I'm not sorry. I remember seeing a YouTube video at some point talking about getting that like last board in the trailer, which clearly I need another 2x4, so you boys run into the parts store again. But I couldn't remember how they did it. They jacked up the middle somehow and made it bow so that you could slide it in on both sides. But I do want to show you, if I don't figure out that solution quickly, this does not look bad at all. I mean, it looks just as good as any other board. So trimming it perfectly to size was okay. I would love to know that trick. So if you got any advice, throw them in the comments below. We've got to get the winch mounted up officially, finally, and then get some paint on this thing, and we are done. Well, I can confidently tell you guys that my least favorite part about winter is that it gets dark at like 2 in the afternoon, but that's besides the point. I went to the hardware store, got a 2x4 by 16 piece of lumber. We're gonna slap that, screw it down, and then we got bolts for our winch. Let's crank these things out before it gets dark on us. We have officially got the floor installed and the winch installed, which is exciting, but I really went back and forth on what to do here because for this video, I was planning on having this entire thing done. And as you can tell, just about nothing has gone according to plan on this build. So we've got the floor done, we've got the winch installed, and I am having a quarter life crisis. I didn't know if I should go ahead and post this video or if I should move on to the next one. And the reason being is because nothing has gone according to plan. If you watch my last video, you will see that the first trailer flip that we did as a channel was incredible. We almost doubled our money. Everything was smooth sailing. And this one has been quite the opposite. Instead of just pushing this off, I'm gonna be real with you guys and say that this trailer has been tough so far. We have $2,065 into this thing, which is more than I wanted to spend. And at this point, I'll be really happy if we get like our money back on it. The important part is that I have learned countless lessons along the journey, and I want to share a couple of those with you. For one, don't ever buy a trailer with these old motorhome style wheels on them because the tires are a fortune and they create all kinds of crazy problems. 2, inspect the frame really well on the trailers to make sure that the axles are nice and solidly welded on and secured to the trailer itself, because this one has a little shake that I just thought was an out of balance wheel. Turns out the axle needs to be welded. So in the next video, we're going to be finishing up the floor on this thing, getting this all welded up, and seeing what in the heck happens to this trailer at the end of all of this. Do we make money on it? Do we lose money on it? Regardless, I have had a blast learning, and the fulfillment of working through the struggle has honestly made this all worth it. You know, there's something rewarding about finishing a project that you really struggled through. The amount of hours makes you happier that you did it at the end. So what do I leave you guys with? Well, we have this trailer. I'll give you guys some shots of it right here. And this trailer is not quite complete. Now, don't forget to subscribe to our newsletter that's linked in the description below, because every single week we are sending updates on the finances of the Dialed Co flips and all these things that are going on. Every single thing that I've used in this video that is available on Amazon is linked in that description below if you want to support the channel. I am blown away by our first video. If you want to watch that, we'll put it right here. I can't wait to continue on this journey with you all. We'll see you next week.